Yes, man. Going from one toxic situation to the next. So Lil Durk was on the podcast, $1 million worth of game. Shout out to $1 million worth of game. Great podcast. And they was talking about how Lil Durk recently got married. Shout out to him getting married. Congratulations.
Black love.
You said what? You said what?
Black love.
Rappers getting married.
There you go. Black love. Yes, rappers are getting married. But the conversation.
Marriage is the American dream. You said what? I said marriage is the American dream.
Marriage is not the American dream. Being rich is the American dream.
I digress from the marriage conversation.
More than one dream.
I'm gonna let that thing just flow in the wind. But what I will say is that they asked Lil Durk about, his wife, whatever. He was just like, yo, she good. But truthfully, like, the reason I chose her is because she didn't have a lot of bodies behind her. A lot of people ain't, get at her. So, because if that was the case, I couldn't wife a woman who've been with multiple men and all this kind of stuff. So I posted some on my Instagram, and I was just like, yo, this, in my opinion, this is problematic to have a thought like that, right? Because he was like, yo, I hold on to shit. Like, I could wake up at 4 in the morning and remember shit from like 10 years ago and look at you like, what the fuck was you doing 10 years ago? And it's like,
I do feel that though.
You said what?
I feel that.
Go into it. What you mean? So like, you
to be able to look at a motherfucker and just be like, remember some shit, some old shit that hurt your feelings or cut you a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm married. I feel like.
Yeah. I feel that part. That one look where y'all be, it could be anything. We all just like talking about whatever, and all of a sudden you just remember like, you dirty. Ooh, I just think. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't forgot about that one time.
But the other side of it is,
go.
He wants his wife to be, wanted his wife to be this not having a lot of bodies, but like Durk, you was outside before you met her, so it kind of goes along that play of like, okay, like what you want your perfect mate, but what does that look like? Because if you wasn't perfect, how you know she didn't want that? You feel what I'm saying?
You want, but hey, you want what you want. Like everybody got preferences. Like dark skinned guys like light skinned girls.
True.
Big women like skinny men.
But I'm saying they don't seem a little over the line to you though. Like, okay, so he met his wife and he loves his wife. He says that she's inspired him to be all these great things and focus on other things, whatever. But like, let's say instead of, I don't know, let's say she had more bodies than what he would allow. I don't know what his number is or what his factoring is. Like, you really go like push her to the side and push all them blessings you just talked about because she had one too many bodies, but yet you have plenty of bodies on your record. You feel what I'm saying? It just kind of goes with that stuff with that.
But I'm rich. It ain't about my bodies. It's a blessing for you to be with me.
Oh,
for kidding me? It ain't about my bodies. You making a come up by being with me.
Shout out to me,
let's get that. Let's get that understood. Like you winning right now. You in a company of winners, right?
Okay.
So the fact that you're here is because you fine and you ain't got a lot of bodies on you. We can work on the rest.
But okay, so let me ask you this though. Since you're not Lil Durk, and since of course, like you know what I'm saying, obviously the popularity of,
I can pretend to be Lil Durk for a minute if you want.
You said what?
I think I just did.
I feel like you already became Lil Durk. Like,
but my thing is, like, what is it?
My eyes gotta look like I'm scared of something.
Well, I guess my question is, what is the infatuation of like the woman that I married can't be touched? Like, you know what I'm saying? It kind of brings me that. What's that one movie where Morris Chestnut was like, she's a virgin. You know what I'm saying? Because the pussy curves my dick, nigga. What was that movie?
Exactly.
The Best Man.
The Best Man.
Sure.
The Best Man. But like, why? Like, I just what's this infatuation with wanting your woman to be untouched? You want your wife to be nobody else has been with her. That don't seem a little off. Go ahead.
Ain't you a man of the Bible?
Of course.
Ain't that like a big thing? Premarital sex, like saving yourself for marriage, purity.
Right, but if we holding to those standards, I wasn't pure. So what? So that's what I'm saying. Like, do we just not date each other?
So let's say purity is synonym for cleanliness, right?
Right.
Cleanliness is next to godliness.
Okay.
So a fresh, untouched woman
Facts.
is the closest thing to God that we can experience as a man.
Okay, cool. But she's not that, right? And she is everything that you want in a woman, except you said, okay, well,
she's not.
And granted, hold on.
She wouldn't be everything I wanted in a woman because she'd have been with too many other men already.
But yeah, but I feel like that's not fair if you're not a virgin. I'm talking about Lil Durk.
It's not fair. It's not fair if I'm a skinny guy and I like big chicks. You know, this girl right here, like, hey, you got to eat about 20,000 more calories, you know what I'm saying, a day to get up to my standards. That's unfair to say to her. Or I can just go get me a fat girl.
That's true.
Okay. Let me be serious for a second. All right, so Pete, I don't even know how that discussion even comes up for real anymore. Like, and again, I guess I never was concerned about how many bodies somebody had.
Mm.
As long as you didn't fuck a nigga that I was cool with, or a nigga that was my enemy, it didn't matter to me. Right. And probably even the enemy didn't matter, because now, fuck him.
Enemy fuck is great.
I'm about to say, honestly, truthfully, that actually might have got you a little further in the game. You used to fuck with him good. I hate that nigga. You're mine now. But I never asked, like, I've just never been a how many people have you been with kind of guy. That's never been me. Now, I don't want to be, or I didn't want to be. I'm completely out the game. But when I was in the game, I didn't want to be in a situation where I'm in a room with a bunch of niggas that you've been with, and I don't know, because niggas is petty. Because I'm petty.
Now that's another thing. That's the other thing. Durk did say that. Durk did say that. Durk was like, listen, I'm petty. And that's when he went to the whole thing about talking about, you know, it could be something 10 years ago. And I'm looking at you like, why the fuck you do that to me 10 years ago?
Like, I'm not talking about that kind of petty. I'm like, if
this whole conversation is triggering.
I'm like, if you in a room, say me and a woman I was dating went out to XO. We used to go to XO.
Shout out to XO.
And
dope place.
All types of women tend to gravitate toward the same types of niggas. They don't gotta look the same per se, but if they like niggas with degrees or niggas that's Greek or niggas that they gravitate to the same tastemakers, trendsetters, whatever. They like them kind of niggas. Mm-hmm. So if we go into a place and it's a bunch of when I say niggas like me, we went to college, we may have pledged fraternity, not the same one. We throw parties or in the mix at parties. You got to see these niggas
on the scene ass niggas.
Yeah, on the scene ass niggas. We see these same niggas every week. When we used to go out, we saw the same niggas weekly.
Yeah.
If you done already went through a nigga from that crew, a nigga from that crew, a nigga from that crew, and I got a crew, and now you with a nigga from this crew, that can be a bit awkward. Because again, niggas are petty. Women can be petty too. I've seen women do crazy shit in a room with a nigga they used to holler at. Type situation too.
Boy.
But and that right there could be it. He don't want motherfuckers clout chasing.
As long as I know in advance before I get there, like if I'm like, yo, we going to I'm gonna just make up a name. We going to the Get Money Crew party. And she like, well, I used to holler at Shaheem. I'm just making up names.
Come on, Shaheem.
Before I get there.
From the GMC?
I don't want to get to the motherfucker and I get through. I just skip the line, I'll get through. And Shaheem like, yo, what's up, Sleep? How you doing? Oh, what's up, Katrina? I remember that. Niggas do sly shit like that. Now I got to choke this nigga at this part.
What Drake say? Like that he doing them hugs? That say I used to fuck without saying it out loud? Yeah.
Let me know in advance. So I know how to read. Because he can read. I know how to read the room. And any real nigga can read the room. You can tell when a nigga don't know, when you catch a nigga off guard. But if I know, I can come back and I'm quick. I can combat them like that. Nah, nigga, you don't remember that. It don't snap
I mean,
like that.
but for somebody to say something like
You
that,
remember it like I do.
that's totally disrespectful though. That's just flat out disrespectful.
Niggas are wild disrespectful, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, no, I agree with you. That would be hella disrespectful if me and my lady show up and you said Shaheem, I'm gonna say Raheem.
Yeah.
If Raheem was there and we walking through the door and he say, "Oh, what's up? So and so." She say hi, and he was like, "Damn, you can't speak." Like now that's disrespectful. Keep it like she ain't with you no more. But my thing is me holding this woman to a standard when I wasn't even with her.
I don't know. That wasn't something. That wasn't a prerequisite or a requirement for me.
I get it.
So
it's just funny to me that a man is as powerful as Durk is, because I mean I listen to Durk, like he you know what I'm saying, dude nice with it, but for him to be that available to women, but to hold like a special standard to the one that he got to be with, it's almost like, bro, like it's 2022. Like what you?
We flawed as fuck. Also, as a male, I can preach on this. The male ego is fragile, bro. I'm gonna be real,
motherfucker. Boy, the male ego is motherfucker, boy. Hey.
And women know how to hurt you sometimes. Right. Like you don't never want to be in a situation where she mad at you and Raheem knocked it out better or some shit, or I should have stayed with that. Women in anger.
Man. Anybody named Raheem or Shaheem to watch this show, we're not talking about you.
Like women different when they trying to hurt you. Yeah. Like they different.
No, women know how to. Because the thing about it is, women are wired different, bro. They know how to touch little points, like that. Like respectfully, y'all wives know how to touch y'all in a point or get y'all to a point where y'all like, yo, I'm frazzled, I'm angry, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where I couldn't get a Sleepy or a Pig mad to a certain point as a respectfully y'all wives would. You feel what I'm saying? What you got? You say what?
But I'm gonna say this: that is not something that has ever been a deterrent for me personally. Mm-hmm. I gotta say this: I was outside when I was younger. Okay. I was outside.
All right.
So I can't get mad at somebody else for being outside too. No, I mean I'm being real because I don't like double standards exist, and the world is very, very male driven, and double standards that usually apply to women don't apply to us. So I've always tried to like look at it through the lens of I can't be mad at her for doing some shit that I did too. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like if I did that shit too, and I think I'm the shit, and I think I'm a good person, and I think I'm worthy of love, I can't be upset with a woman for doing that same shit. The people that we've been with, the people that we dated, the amount of people that we slept with don't mean that we don't deserve love at some point.
The point also too.
You just gotta leave town to get that shit.
You see how what?
I know plenty of niggas in college.
You just gotta leave town to get that shit.
And I used to make fun of that, but if that's what gave them the peace of mind for them to like be able to have that safe space, you got to respect it. Because they could have just moved by themselves and met somebody else that they didn't know shit about and been unhappy forever. But if this person makes you happy, but she didn't sleep with the whole West Side,
the whole city, you gotta take that bitch to another city.
Damn, do whatever you need to do to protect your love, because the male ego is fragile.
Again, and the only
real though. I ain't let me fuck that. Y'all gonna let me jump in on this topic. Nah,
what you gotta say, Pig? Go ahead.
Durk don't have that option. He can't just take his bitch and move to another city. Too many people know him. He famous nationwide, worldwide, what the fuck ever. So for other people to have a lot of other people to have been with his woman, that's a lot of niggas in the streets that could be like, I fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, you know what I'm saying? But
is that playing towards ego or safety? Now, if you talking about safety, I agree with you, because you could be like, yo, okay, he tuned in with this girl, and that means he could get to me if, you know what I'm saying, because, you know what I'm saying, they might know whatever. Or is it ego to where it's like, nah, why you mess with Jeremiah? You know what I'm saying? We gotta do a song together. We gotta go on concert.